Hello everyone. So today in this video, we're going to be looking at two, maybe three different dates of birth using the Matrix of Destiny system. So for those who are not familiar with this method, this is how it looks like. And basically this method, the other words called the Karmic numerology, it uses 22 energies. And for every person, there's a different location of these energies and different combination of these energies. So these energies can be in our resources, our main energies, on our talents, this is our talent line, on our financial karma. And I know some people will look at these energies, but these three energies, I mean, like mainly 15th and 21st in this example, they will be telling us what will increase money flow in this lifetime. But our main, like what will unblock or unfold the money flow and our financial karma from the past are these three energies. This is what we're going to be looking at today. And these three energies at the bottom, there is our like karmic tale, or there is information about our past lives. So what was the past life scenario? What lessons we're supposed to do according to like what I guess like what was the soul plan for the past life and what we did wrong, or like maybe not what's supposed to happen, and what our karmic lessons for this lifetime. So from one side, it can be like one of our most negative energies, especially from the childhood, right? But actually, if we're going to be working with these three energies, they will tremendously affect like all of the metrics, because those are not just our karmic lessons, but those are like our potential from not just even one past life. There's a few past lives where we did the same repeating scenario, and like basically, if this lifetime we're choosing these lessons, so we're ready to close those lessons, right? Close those karmic lessons and use the potential from those past lives to serve people in this lifetime. And we also can look at our personal mission, social mission, these three energies, and our spiritual mission. And what we're going to be looking at, basically, where I took those dates of birth, in my Facebook group under the post where I wrote about the finances. So for the first three people who wrote the date of birth, I'm going to do like more detailed information. Well, we'll see about if it will be like three dates of birth or like maybe just two. And for the rest who will be posting, I will be just probably just using the text message saying like what is like one of your financial energies, so which are located in this area. So looking at this date of birth, which is actually 5th of July, 1971. So if we're going to be looking, like I said, finances, we're going to be looking at these three energies. So first of all, yes, we can tell for those who are already familiar with metrics, we know that this is the combination. And combination of energies, they give us the karmic program. But we're going to start with the individual energies. And what we can tell about these energies? So first of all, each energy can tell us what we did with the finances in the past life and what we're supposed to do now. What will, again, like I said, kind of like unblock, I can say, the finances. And we'll start with this energy, the 18th energy, the energy of magic, or the other people will call it the energy of the moon. And if this energy stays in this, exactly in this position, first of all, what it means for this lifetime, that the person has psychic abilities. This is like the first sign that like there's definitely, it may be a hiding psychic ability that the person is like didn't discover yet or didn't unfold yet, but there's like the clear sign that the person is like able not just to use the magical abilities. It can be clairvoyance, like energy healing or something else. So like maybe like putting intention and maybe making like charging the stones, charging the water, like making something from the hands that basically will hold this like healing energy or whatever intention the person puts. Like it can be making teas, and like whenever you make this tea with the herbs, like you're putting intention that the person can be like happy, rich, or whatever, and it will work if the person have this energy in a plus position. So yes, like I said, like it's not just using the magic abilities, but it's like making money from using magic abilities. This is what it means, like if it's staying in this position right here. But what it is if it is in the minus? So first of all, the person will be doubting the abilities, right? Doubting the abilities and being afraid of making money from using these abilities, right? Because what was happening in the past, if this energy stays in this position, so the universe expected that this person will share like his own vision, like his own, like he would, like he or she in the past would be like, collecting some information, doing some research, or like maybe it was the knowledge that already was there. But what happened, instead of like for the person share his own vision, like his personal vision that's supposed to be like, changing minds of the people, what happened, the person decided to either copy someone or follow someone else, um like, I don't know, methodology or something else. But the person wasn't sure that his own personal way of seeing things is right. So what is happening in this life, like why there are so many doubts about the finances, like doubts about like abilities, because in the past the person didn't choose his own way, and the universe like really waited for that, right? There was like all like everything was there, but the person decided, okay, I'm gonna be doing it differently. So in this lifetime, if the person decides, so whatever he is thinking, like it's like his personal way of feeling this world, right? And I want to translate how it is like that I'm thinking, like choosing again like my own way. And then of course like this self-confidence is coming, like again like knowledge is unpacking, like abilities will be unpacking. So it's super important for the person to choose his own way of thinking, his own way of reaching the things, right? Or his own even way of like, using his abilities. So everybody, like, I don't know why it's example with a T, but like everybody else will be doing it like one way, but the person feels like I need to start doing it differently. And if I will choose like not to think like what will other people tell about me, right? How I will look like in their eyes, right? And if the person is choosing his own way, the money will like, unpack, like not just the money, the abilities, everything will be unpacking, because like this is one thing that in the past, like the person didn't use it for to unfold his finances, because in the past life he's supposed to be rich using his own mission, but he or she in the past didn't use it. So this is the time when we can actually listen to us and like choose our own way. And again, like the third key will tell us that the person is like super important to accept his uniqueness, like his like creativity, his uniqueness, and like not always like trying to improve himself. But like it's super important whenever you're in the process of doing something, even if you don't feel like it's perfect enough, because for this key it will be like, I'm waiting for the perfection, right? And if it's not the perfect tea, I'm not going to show it. But for this key, it's super important. Whenever you're working on something, you need to show the results right away. So like even if it's like still in a process, like I'm showing the process, like this is so like what is my result at this point of time. Of course, later it will be better and better and better. But I'm not waiting for the perfection. I'm showing it right now. I'm using my abilities right now. Whatever I can, I use it right now. And if we're going to be looking at the sixth energy, what it tells us, like in this area, so what the person can make money of. So first of all, like using anything that is connected with the beauty. So because like this is the energy of the beauty and harmony. So anything connected with the beauty, it can be like esthetician working with, like it can be any designer, it can be the person who is actually working even with the oils, combination oils, like everything connected with the female energy. So this is the person who can organize, like, female clubs or something else. It can be if this person will decide to be. So basically, it's not that I'm like narrowing to some like specific area, but like whenever you're using part of this energy, like if it's connected with the beauty or if it's connected with the harmony, so like you're making something that is like basically bringing harmony, especially it's like super help, like not super helpful, but like it's a really strong energy that will help in the relationship. So usually the person will be really good in relationship, but in this case, like it's more like talking about relationships, like in this specific metrics, it's like a karmic lesson, right? If we're going to be looking at the karmic tail and energies on the second chakra, this is like the life lesson, right? But in general, so like if the person will solve the life lesson, like the abilities that are opening up. So basically, when you can help other people to make a healthy relationship, to like I know some people who are with this program, and whenever they open up this program, it wasn't just about the relationship, but they would help female, like to gain back their self-confidence, to accept the like kind of like more like female body. So like it's like really different gifts that opening up, and they can be connected with the female area, or it can be connected with the relationship, or it can be something else, but like whenever you're adding this harmony or like these balancing energies, this is when it starts to work for the other people and will bring you money. So whenever it's a negative scenario in this energy, right? First of all, the person again will be like not like there will be lack of self-confidence. So whenever it's important to choose yourself in your own way with the 18th energy, right? With the energy of magic. And if it's adding the energy of the sixth way, it will be in the minus. The person will be always comparing himself with others, right? So like somebody else is better than me. So like will be super jealous to the other people, will be actually blocking his creativity instead of like trying to show again like this uniqueness, right? Trying to show his own way, like his own way of creativity, right? So like again like thinking that people will not understand it or like somebody else will be doing it better, I'm not going to even start doing it, right? But whenever we're working actually with opening up the heart center, like it can be energetically, it can be like through the working with negative beliefs, with like different practices. So whenever we're opening up heart center in our second chakra, right? And like with the, if we're going to be working with the 18th energies, like our third eye chakra, right? Just like working energetically, this will unlock our program. Or it can be like, what I also do, I do past life regressions session. And if we would go, we would heal the whole program. So like why this program appeared, right? And if we will mention the program, this is the magic love, right? So in the past, what was happening? The person, he or she in the past, on one of the scenarios, right? Because like there's a few different scenarios, but one of the scenario when the person was actually making money doing magical spells, right? So like that's why it's like this program is on the financial line, right? Or it would be the or it could be the possibility when the person was really gifted and he's supposed to it wasn't the magical spell in a negative way, right? So he was like really helping people to maybe like gain back like self-confidence and self-love, but in the past life he or she decided not to take money from that program, right? And in this lifetime it's super important using your gifts that are on this karmic lesson, karmic program, like start making money from using these energies in a plus position. And if we're going to be looking what will increase money flow, right? There's like the 21st energy under the dollar sign. 21st energy is the energy of the world, energy of globalization. So what will help? First of all, like yes, it can point that the person can make really good money abroad, right? Making really good money working on the internet, like online space. But most of all, like how we can bring this like this energy in the plus position if we're going to be working with, first of all, for persons like his own negative beliefs towards the money, because there's some limiting negative beliefs, right? Again, like we can see why. There's like a fear of showing himself, like choosing his own way, right? Like one of the possible ideas, right? But whenever the person is actually using any different techniques or like whatever is coming, like whatever knowledge he or she has, whenever we're like working with negative beliefs that are holding our financial blocks, we first of all will widen our um, perception of the world, right, in the financial world. But we can actually help the other people either using the same techniques. So people can be working, like it can be a theta healer, or it can be somebody else who is working with limiting beliefs, right, and helping other people to widen their vision of their money, right, or like acceptance of the money. And it can be helping with the energy techniques, right? If the person already open up his abilities or something else, or it can be like, some transformational game about the money that can show the limiting beliefs and help to work with them, right? But whenever the person is working with his own beliefs, he or she will help to work with it for the other people. And what else I wanted to say? So yes, like this is if we're going to be looking just on the finances. But then if we're going to be look at this metrics, on the resources. Yes, first of all, yes, this is the fifth energy, the energy of the teacher, the energy of the sharing the knowledge, making everything like all of the different difficult information, make it super simple. But in the minus position, if all of these karmic like karmic energies in a negative position, the person will be always doubting his professional skills. He will be like, again, there's like no self confidence enough in the finances. If this energy, the fifth energy, is in a minus position, and if this there is a karmic program that basically tell us that the person in the minus, like whenever you're like super tired, super exhausted, something is happening, and if you're not bringing yourself in a plus position right away, what could be happening? This is the program where you don't value anything. You don't value your knowledge. You don't value your abilities. You don't value actually in other people's maybe opinion or something else. But in the plus position, there's like a really strong program, because like look at the energies, energy of the teacher, energy of the spiritual teacher, energy of the strength and potential. So whenever this program in the plus, this is the person who can actually bring back the value of life to the other people. Like literally working with people who are like desperate, who don't see anything, like who don't know where to go, like who don't know what to do, right? The people who are lost, like completely lost. And this person can give them the meaning of life, the value of life, or the value of whatever they're doing. Maybe they lost interest in whatever they're doing. And this person can bring this back, especially if we're going to be looking at the seventh energy on the talents. It will help again, like to point the way for the other people, right? So like not just like of course, like for this person, it will tell us that it's like super easy to reach goals again if it's in the plus position, because in the minus there is a program that will give you the fear of moving forward, like fear of moving super fast, reaching the results really fast, like transforming yourself real fast, right? But in the plus position, it's like, first of all, yes, like fast reaching the goals, fast transformational, and like moving somewhere really fast. I mean, like not literally moving to the other country, which can happen too, right? Because like there's the money abroad too. But like a little, like whatever you want, you can reach it really fast. And in the plus position, it gives you like ability to point other people direction. And like whenever you actually open up your psychic abilities, right, this is the energy that can give you the vision of people's mission, right? So it's like a really strong energy. And I guess I'm going to mention just a few words about karmic tale, because like in general, yes, I'm not going to mention the name of this tale, but according to the finances, what can be happening in the past, the person decided, so whatever I have, right, so this is like, I'm confident with this, I'm not going to be asking for more, I'm not going to be reaching for more, whatever is there, I will be happy with that, right? And if we're going to be looking at this energy, I mean, like this, all of these energies, or in this karmic program, it's based on the third chakra. So what it means in this life, the person is like meant to be prosperous, meant to be like super active, like meant to have like really strong social realization, right? Because like the third chakra is like our social realization. So it's a lot of results, right? The sixth key is stillness. Like this is the key, like the karmic tale that will give us like a huge results, right? So whenever you see results, there is this energy in the plus. Whenever you're like not going towards the results, or like whenever this karmic program stops you from there, right, or something else, like these energies may be in the minus. So like of course, like it's important to work with each energy individual, right? Like know what to do to bring this energy in a plus position. But towards the money, what I can say, like, yes, whenever the person is actually letting himself, like, to basically even like ask for more, or like um let, well, basically just like, not just to, first of all, to get a desire to have more, right? So like it's not just like, I have a few dresses and it will be enough, right? But like whenever you like looking at this third energy, whenever you like start dreaming more, and like these dreams should be like, these desires should be again like, coming from your heart center, not like when everybody else is like, again, like the 18th energy, when the society shows you like this is like what everybody needs to think about, right? But whenever it comes from what you really want, like if you want to visit this certain country, you should be thinking about that. Like you should be like really not just thinking, but you should be sure that you're going to be there. Like using this seventh energy, you're like making a plan that I will be there, and you will be there because the 18th energy in the plus gives you like the strong intention, like the basically like all of the universe will be working with you. If you're sure that you want to be there, like without doubts, you will be there really fast. So like less doubts, like more like thinking about your desires, like, and going towards your desires, then it will bring your karmic programs and your financial programs in the plus position. So I guess that's all what I want to say about this karmic like about this matrix. And we're going to be looking at another one. So let's put a date of birth. It's like 15th of February 1992. So 15th of February 1992, right? 15th of February 1992. Okay, what do we see here? So first of all, yes, we're gonna be looking with this like with this matrix. I'm gonna start actually with the karmic tail. Like I said, it's not that all of my programs are like all favorite, but like some of the programs and some of the karmic tails are like really my favorite. So this one is actually one of those, right? So from one side, yes, like every karmic tale is basically it's like a really hard lesson for the person. And like talking about that, like if we're not that person, it may seem like, for some people, it may seem like it's not even difficult, right? Just like you do it and you will be successful. But for every person, like their karmic tale is like the most difficult one, right? So like it's easy to do something else, but like it's difficult to what is your lesson. But whenever we actually go in there, we can be really successful because I saw like right now more and more people start using like these energies and their karmic program in a plus position, and they're opening really beautifully, like really like you wouldn't even imagine how it can be, but it's like 10 times more like of what we can actually even imagine. So looking at this karmic tale, what was happening in the past? So the combination of these energies, 6, 17, and 11, give us the karmic program that is called uh, kind of like wasted talent or unused talent. So what was happening in the past? In the past, the person had a gift, had a special gift, like had a talent that's supposed to be like really helping others, like in helping, like if we're going to be looking at the 17th energy, right? It's supposed to be helping a lot of people, like making an impact of their lives. But what happened? Born with this gift, the person decided, like it wasn't even that he or she used it. The person decided, I'm not gonna use it because like maybe I will, maybe people will start thinking differently about me. They will stop loving me, or I will be different from the others. So in most, like I mean, like some scenarios, of course, the person like was even starting to use the gifts, right? Because like looking at the past life regression sessions, like I already had a few with this karmic tale. So yes, in some scenarios the person was starting to show like walking his own way, but most of the time, of course, like if this karmic lesson is here, like the scenario was not according to the soul's plan. So the person decided, I'm not going to show this, like I'm not going to be using this gift because I don't want to lose the connection with people. I don't want to be looking not normal to them. And what happens in this lifetime? In this lifetime, like the main question for these people will be, what are my talents? What am I gifted for, right? I mean, like the new generation, they may be like already talented, right? I have a daughter born with this talent. So basically she's from the very beginning, she knows what she wants to do. And she already can see the gifts. But for people who are born like a little bit later, I mean, like before this life, like before this time, um, for them it can be a question, right? So it can definitely be like, what are my talents? Like how I can be searching for the talents, and it's important for this person to know, like, no matter what you're going to be doing, you will be successful. With this karmic tale, there's like no way you're not going to be successful. Like you can be successful, you can be rich, you can be using not just one talent, but it can be a lot of talents. And it doesn't even matter if you like voluntarily to choose something, or if you're going to be start working and doing like choosing something even involuntarily, you'll be successful in that one. So the most important is just basically start doing that instead of like doubting and like putting your focus on something that is like um well, on your doubts or something else, but it's super important to start using your gift. Like, I mean, first of all, the person will not know the gifts, right? So, but whenever he or she will start doing something, especially it's like super important to choose something that other people will say it's not normal. If you're going to be choosing that one, you will be successful. I mean, I'm sorry for, like, it's not that I'm trying to say that it's like ridiculously sound or something else, but like it will, like, it's super hard for this person because like they're born and they may be like, doing something that other people will tell them, right? What their family will tell them, you need to be doing that, something that is like normal for everybody, or like you will be doing like I was a accountant and you will be an accountant too, because like this is something that gives you this is something that people will tell that it's normal, right? So nobody, like, you're not going to be someone who is like separated and like people will be pointing at you. But for this person, it's super important to choose something that is like, first of all, like resonates with them, and to go, you like start doing something that people will say you're crazy, like this is not normal. And if you would actually go through this point where people will be saying something negative, like even pointing, or maybe it can be just the fear of doing that, right? So you will be thinking that people will judge you, and actually they will not even maybe do that. But if you're going to go through that lesson of that fear of being judged, like being not accepted in a society, you can be super successful. And like super successful, like using the 17th energy is basically like, when you can be a star, right? You can be super famous. And even the seventh key will tell us that basically you can be like you can be famous, and you can have this not just the acceptance of the society, but you can be someone that like that people will learn from, people will be followed, people will be admired, right? So but like you need to pass that lesson, right? And like going towards your desire, towards your something that like really resonates with you, and like maybe walk through some of the difficulties, right? And you will be successful. It's like 100%. And if we're going to be looking at our finances, right? So with this karmic tail, with the talent that can be like not just one, but there's a few talents that you can be using, the money flow will be coming from the uh, 21st energy. This is the energy that will tell us again, like in the previous I mentioned, it was under the dollar sign, what will increase, but for this one, right? So this is the energy that will tell us that person can be successful, not just like in his own country, but like it's a worldwide success. It's like really big projects. Like whenever the person is starting like the idea, it should be franchising. It should be like you're of course like you're not starting everything right away, right? But like whenever you start with one, then the second, the third, and everything else will be coming. So it's super important to think bigger, right? To like have really big plans, really big dreams. And again, working with negative beliefs, because what happened in the past, the person decided that um, I'm not like whenever he or she decided to reach the goal, so like trying to do something, and actually in the past life, in this life too, it can be pointing on the healing too, where you actually need to gain the wholeness. So like it can be either healing, or it can be like widening people's opinion about the money, like working with, like I said, like with the foreign partners, working with the abroad, like. But it's really like, I mean, like nowadays more and more people who are actually working with the more, of course, like it's online work and work on different languages, but like people more and more working with the negative beliefs, like it can be theta healers, it can be other different practices, that energy healing. But like whatever you do to help other people to see their negative beliefs, right? This is what will open up your 21st energy. And if we're going to be looking at the 10th energy, this is the energy that will tell us that the person can be working on his own time and space, right? So you don't need to fit everybody's like regular schedule. You don't need to fit like the society norms and rules. And whenever you actually, whenever this energy in the plus, you're actually the person who can see the possibilities, not just for yourself, but you can actually come and show the other people their possibilities. Like you can actually even be the person who is coming to the company and showing and telling them that if you're going to be working with this, with this, with this, you will be like, it will be easier and it will be more effective. And the other people just cannot see what this person can see. This is like the ability, basically, just seeing what will help to make the way easier and more effective. And this actually energy can point on working, well, if we're going to be talking about more like spiritual, esoterical knowledge, right? This is the person who can actually be the channeler too, right? The person who has a connection with the higher self, right? So it can be, so like, of course, like it's a really strong intuition, right? And more you listen to intuition and more you seeing the guidance of the universe, right? The special abilities can open up too. And it's like more about the channeling like this, like a pure channel. I mean, like it's the same words, right? But it's channeling the information. And what else? And if this energy in the minus, of course, like for the person, like it needs to, like the person will be thinking that easy money are unfair, like I need to be working like everybody else, and if I will be again like doing something differently, or like according to the karmic tale, like if I will be like I need to be like everybody else, I need to work hard, I need to go like and work from 8 till 5, right? And if I will be working on my own time and space, like people, like I will be different, so I better work hard. So in the minus position, the person thinking that I need to work hard, I'm not going to let myself like do something easier. And if you would actually listen to the guidance, and like the whole universe will be like, bringing you somewhere like really easily, like it's like basically like money that will come like easily, like easy money that come with like with the luck, with the just receiving the money from like resources that you wouldn't even think about. And the seventh energy will tell us that whenever you take responsibility for your money, for your family, for, I mean, like it's not like, it doesn't mean that if you are a girl, you need to support the whole family, right? But you need to understand that you are the one who influence on that, right? And you are the one who need to have the plan, the clear plan how to reach that goal, and like to clear steps how I would come there. And whenever you are like taking the responsibility, and maybe even like whenever you're going to be working or like and widening your whatever you're going to be doing, um work with a team, like whenever you're taking leadership, like leading responsibilities, right? But like it's really important with these energies, whenever you decide to become a leader, not to force others people, but like you just create the environment where people can develop themselves, right? So you're the leader who will be inspiring, not the leader who will be coming and like pushing everyone to their goal, right? And in the minus, the person will just decide like he or she decided to be lazy, not to do anything, like being afraid of reaching the goals. Like some people, they will like for some reason they will be starting, but they will be stopping without like getting the clear results, right? And we actually see that the seventh energy of movement is on the resources too, right? And this person, like again, there is some psychic abilities that, like I said, channeling can be there. Under 20th energy, this is actually the another point that the person can have psychic abilities. But in this case, like to work with the psychic abilities, it like this is the energy that is like more connected with the generic line, but it will unfold whenever you're actually working on your heart center, whenever you're clear in your relationship with the parents, right? Whenever you're like taking like kind of like healing all of this, or maybe all of the emotional traumas, right, that connected with your childhood, this will unpack your abilities again, like to see even the other worlds, right? So like the other realms, but like it's a energy that will point on the psychic abilities too. And this is the gift that basically you can help the other people to heal, or to like to work with the whole generic line. So like some people are like literal, like they can be the person like who will, well, maybe some people would do just like help to build the generic line, right? Like to do like the computer system where it will show. Some people would do the healing that will help to work with the generic line and clear the karmic lessons through the generation, right? Some people will do like transformational game that can be working with the generic gifts and something else, right? But whenever we work with our heart center, we will open up our abilities, and this is something that will increase our money flow. But looking at the 15th energy, and this is the main energy for this person, right? This is a very like unique energy. This is the dark angel energy. And first of all, it's again like they're pointing that the person is like really gifted, really gifted, like uh, to see the weak spots of the other people, to see like basically this person is like basically like an X-ray. So even without communicating with the person, he or she can see that this is something I need to, well, he can see the weak spots, or he can see something that like the person wouldn't even tell about themselves. So it's starting with like kind of like feeling the people, but it's more like it can definitely open up as like other psychic abilities. And for this person, like this is actually as also energy of prosperity, right? When the person can create the desired amount of money that he wants to, right? And with this energy, it's really important to start, first of all, not seeing the most negative part, but see more positive part in people, right? And especially like and working with information, it's like really interesting combination. But talking about the 15th energy, it's really important. First of all, yes, start to see more positive in people, and start to accept whatever you kind of like makes you irritated the most in people. This is something that you need to work on and accept in yourself. More you will be accepting those gifts, more other talents will be opening up. Okay, and what else we're gonna be looking at? And look at this, there's like two programs, whereas like 1855, those are the programs about the magical knowledge, right? So there is a knowledge again, like there was a person who was a teacher in the past, like well, maybe not literally a teacher, or it can be like a spiritual teacher or somebody, but the person had knowledge that's supposed to be like affecting other people. But the person, like again, it was a gift that the person didn't share, and there was a knowledge the person didn't share too. So whenever the person will start actually going towards the gifts and actually just start to share the information, right? So whenever like the person can start sharing information, just like starting from whatever he just read and learned from the books, right? So like, or heard from somebody else and decided that it's like something important. So he or she should be like getting this information, trying it on him or herself, because it should be practical knowledge, or making the difficult information even from the book, right? You're like taking some book and making like if this information more simple, and start talking it to the other people. And of course, like it should be knowledge that like you're interested in. It's not that the knowledge that you just need to share anything, right? But first, this is the knowledge that is coming from the material world, right? Something that you can read, something that you can hear, you can look, right? But then more you actually will be accepting, and if with the 15th energy it was more accepting the habits of the other people, accepting something that like really irritates you from the people. With the fifth energy, it's like really important to accept other people's opinion, not to argue and not to make them think that this is right, like I know what is the truth, right? I will tell you that. But like whenever we accept that the other people can think differently, and more we accept in this opinion, more the knowledge will be coming through us, and this knowledge will be more from the spiritual world. But this knowledge, like unpacked knowledge from the past, it wouldn't be coming for the person who is thinking that he's special, but he's gonna be like judging like and separating people who deserve this knowledge and who is not. Like if this person doesn't follow my opinion, doesn't accept my opinion, I'm not gonna share anything with them. But whenever you will learn that, basically accept other opinion, not to argue with them, right? Then the knowledge will be coming, because the universe will know that you're ready to share this knowledge with everybody, and then it will be coming. And I guess that's all what I want to say. Okay, I guess we're gonna be looking just at two metrics, and for the rest in the comments I'm just gonna leave a text information about the one of the financial energies. And I guess that's it. I'm gonna post this video on the YouTube, and under the video in the comment section, I'm gonna put a link to my Facebook group. So you're welcome to join. And I guess that's it. Okay. Bye. Have a good day.